Hi, I'm Jason Alster, and welcome to another episode of Meet the Author. Tonight, I'll be discussing my own authorship and the things that I produced and published. I just want to let you know we're going to have a little bit of noise in the background, actually people practicing music, and that's okay. It's a good backdrop, but it is community television. I'm going to be talking about a couple things that I produced. I'm just going to do a synopsis first, what I've done, and then I'll give a little bit more detail. The first thing I'll be talking about is a memoir that I wrote about living in Israel. It's called Leaving Home, Going Home, Returning Home, a Hebrew-American sojourn in the land of Israel. I'll also be talking about a book that I wrote for students to succeed in school. It's called Being in Control, Natural Techniques for Increasing Your Potential and Creativity for Success in School, also for improving concentration and learning in children with ADHD and dyslexia. So this book is for people who have ADHD and dyslexia and test anxiety, and it helps them with very simple relaxed concentration techniques, as well as some accelerated learning techniques, which we're going to talk about. Another video I made is called Anyone Can Improve Their Own Handwriting. And I mean anyone can improve their own handwriting. Proper handwriting is not a dead art yet. And, of course, creative painting for the young artists. I do teach art, and I do give workshops all around Connecticut. I give in Wethersfield, Middletown, Glastonbury, adult education. And this book for students helps them think and see like an artist, what's called artistic mode of seeing. And I must say I'm also going to be putting out a movie quite soon on the composition of the famous American artist, John Singer Sargent. I'm very happy about the progress of that. Another topic I'm going to be talking about is I do produce book trailer videos. These are little videos. They're like advertisements for or branding authors when they put out a book and they want to make a little video that they can put up on YouTube and then later on their website. It's called book trailer videos. I'm going to talk about that and the idea and the concept behind that. And the other thing I'm going to be talking about are some short videos that you can download from Amazon.com. These are for relaxation. One is called The Zen of Israel. It's a movie that's relaxing, but it's using beautiful nature from this Mediterranean country, Israel. I call it Israel, an Eastern Mediterranean country. The Zen of Spring. This is a relaxation movie from parks in Connecticut. Zen for ADD, ADHD is a 20-minute movie I made of relaxation, relaxed concentration scenes specifically geared for the student or the person with ADD or ADHD. And then I made just a very nice movie called Exotic and Meditative Sights and Sounds from Israel. Again, a movie like a National Geographic type movie of beautiful scenes in Israel. And relaxing sights and sounds of natural Israel again. And all these, again, you can get from Amazon.com. Well, I want to start with the book, Leaving Home, Going Home, Returning Home. It's a memoir. And I'm going to start off with a review of the book. And a synopsis. First I'll start with the synopsis, then I'll start with the review. Looking at changes in America and Israeli cultures over the last 2 decades, Leaving Home, Going Home, Returning Home, a Hebrew-American sojourn in the land of Israel, is an intelligent study of Israeli life, identity, roots, and culture from a Hebrew-American's experience, and offers a unique perspective on what is quirky, endearing, baffling, infuriating about Israeli culture. A seasoned world traveler, Jason Alster shares his adventures of moving halfway around the world to Israel. Readers are reminded on every page that moving to a new place or even moving back home is not about courage, determination. It is about anticipation and the joy of discovery, new places, new friends, and new dreams. It's a true adventure of seeking roots and following your dreams. If you want a better understanding of life in Israel, this book is for you. Now, the book is not really a political book. It's a book more about the culture of the country. Some of the many concepts the book deals with. Making a decision to move and live in another country. Can an education in one country prepare you for living in another country? Health risks associated with a change in diet in another country. International marriages. Keeping in touch with roots and the mother country, the United States. What does American mean outside America? If you live in another country and you're an American, so now you represent America outside of America. Jewish Israeli or Israeli Jewish. What's in the term? What's the difference between Jewish and Israeli? Are all democracies alike? Different strokes for different folks. And this is one of the parts of the book that I like the most, comparing America as a democracy to Israel democracy, and what are the differences and what are the similarities. And by looking at the American democracy from abroad, I was able to understand a lot about what our forefathers, the patriots, in this country wanted to, how they came about with their ideas. And I talk about that in the book. What is unique about Israeli culture? What are some of the beauty secrets of Israel? And that I put out in the movies, The Natural Sights and Sounds of Israel. I'm going to read a review on Amazon. It was pretty well received on Amazon.com, and one of the reviews that I received: the conventional style of this book is very inviting. It is as if the author is talking to you as a friend over a cup of coffee. The insider's look would be interesting to anyone contemplating a trip to Israel, but especially to Jews considering making Aliyah. We often view Israel from a political perspective, but this book shows it as a real and vibrant country, a place the author called home with all its aspects, both good and bad. One gets a real feel for the culture of everyday life and a sense of what it would be like to live and work there. In addition, the author's love of his ancestral homeland and her resilient citizens comes through. The book also inspires an appreciation for Israel as a lovely Mediterranean country that it is, with its beautiful beaches and natural beauty, something often overshadowed in news clips of desert violence. An enjoyable read that provides many interesting insights. And I'm going to read a little bit from the book, give you an idea. So, prologue, just to give you when I got the idea as an author. How did I get the idea to write a book about a memoir about living in another country? So, while sitting in a movie theater in Israel, it came to me like a spark, a bout of creativity. A decision to take action doesn't always hit you like a bolt of lightning, but can be more subtle. In my case, the idea gelled while I was watching the movie Under the Tuscan Sun. The movie initially caught my attention because a neighbor of mine took his wife to Tuscany, Italy, for a wedding anniversary and enjoyed it there. I was wondering if I should vacation there too. In the movie, an American woman named Frances decides to purchase a home in Tuscan countryside and began her life anew. Keeping a positive attitude, she was determined to acclimate with the locals, overcame the hurdles associated with moving, find the fulfillment she was seeking, and even meet the man of her dreams. During the movie, I realized that I have had similar experiences while moving and living in a Mediterranean country. I too started new, acclimated with the locals, and had funny and enlightening encounters with the characters I met. I became conscious that I am now really a part of this corner of the world. Couldn't I write a book about it? And one chapter, so I got the idea from Under the Tuscan Sun. And when I came back to the States, another movie came out, Eat, Pray, Love. And that is also would be similar to some of the ideas behind this book. Here's a very small chapter, a quirk, that sort of like says a lot about differences when you live between countries and when you move from one country to another for a while. So here's the title. Ronald McDonald is an Israeli. As an appetizer, I want to share a funny story. I actually once submitted this short story to Reader's Digest column, Life in These United States, because it lacked a Life Outside the United States section. It was never published there. While driving with my youngest daughter, Lemoore, I asked her what type of food she would like to have for lunch. Want Chinese food? No. Okay, what about Middle Eastern food? No. Okay, what about vegetarian? No. Okay, so what do you want to eat? Young Lemoore answered, I want Israeli food. I want McDonald's. That says a lot. I'm going to go on now to a little bit about the book. Anyone can improve their own handwriting. The movie, actually, the video. And this video, very quickly, deals with these concepts. Well, first of all, it says, from how to hold the pencil to how to correct your own messy handwriting, this movie is for the student with dysgraphia as well as the physician with illegible handwriting. By improving the artistic eye and following simple techniques and rules of handwriting, anyone can improve theirs. Based on experience with hundreds of students, Jason Alster shares what he knows about handwriting with you. So, these are some of the, if you have any of these questions, this video is for you. Does your hand hurt when you write? Do you make silly spelling mistakes? Do you mouth the words when writing? Do you start a sentence on one line and end up on another? Do you crunch one word into another? Do you want to improve your self-esteem? Well, all these are important for improving your handwriting, and if the answer is yes, you want to do all those, then you should definitely download the video. Now, just in the cover here, you have a picture from the book, Being in Control. Let me show you the larger version for better handwriting. And it basically says, keep all letters the same height. Keep equal distances between the letters and words. Write on the line, not below or above it. For uniformity, write all letters in the same direction. Hold the paper with your free hand so it won't slide. And then the student writes, I believe in myself, and they write it in proper handwriting following the rules. So the video actually goes through all the things we discussed, and honestly, for someone who has a poor handwriting and wants to improve it, it doesn't teach handwriting, but it teaches you how to improve a messy handwriting. And by the way, when I put an older version of this video, there is an older version of this video on YouTube, and it has over 60,000 hits, so it's very popular. The book, Being in Control, I put out in the year 2000. And when I put this out, it was actually, I think, the very first book that was a self-help book in color for students with ADHD. And it's been very popular ever since, and I took the concepts in the book, which I'll show you in a moment, and I turned them into a movie with a live demonstration. Being in Control can help children improve themselves by using their full potential. The book describes proven techniques in a visual and active way that also allows the parent or instructor to participate. The techniques are natural, integrative, and holistic, and comply with recent theories and educational research. The child will learn simple but effective techniques for relaxation, focusing, and concentration, in addition to techniques for how to succeed in school. Being in Control will improve your child's confidence in his own abilities. The book is based on years of research with accelerated learning, biofeedback, and yoga relaxation techniques. So very quickly, the things that the book deals with are concentration and organization for children. Being happy. Feeling good. It has affirmations for the student. How to keep a self-diary of positive things that happen to you. go through some very basics of nutrition. One of the things I discovered, if you ask a young person why they eat, they usually say because I'm hungry or it fills my stomach. They usually do not say, very few will say because of energy, that I need food for energy. And if you're using food for energy, then you're going to eat properly. But if you're just eating because it tastes good, then anything can happen. Using your imagination, I do some guided imagery technique. Also, walking out, don't be a couch potato, get out of the house. I give some tips on how to paint beautiful scenes, draw pretty scenes. It's called picture painting, picture drawing. Okay, some techniques in how to draw a picture that'll make you happy. My visual relaxation exercise. We're going to use relaxation techniques with all the senses. My sense of sound, my sense of touch, how to do relaxation with touch. Games that you can make for relaxed concentration, making a relaxation water bag. Using aromatic oils for relaxation and concentration. My sense of time, using liquid timers. I'm probably one of the first people, if not the first, to show that a liquid timer helps a person with ADD learn about time and also to time their relaxation. Using stones at the ocean to relax. Breathing exercise for young children. My relaxation tape, how to make your own relaxation video and tape. A seated yoga, muscle relaxation techniques and games for relaxed concentration in children. How to settle arguments, give a compliment. Massage. How to organize your room, some organizational techniques. Having a relaxation or a safe place in the home. Creativity techniques. A mind map. Some techniques on managing time. All these concepts done just very quickly so you can grasp the concept very quickly and do that without going through a lot of explanation. Some speed reading technique for reading better. The improving handwriting we talked about. We have some estimation and math, doing better in math techniques. How to find the pattern. We go through some memory techniques. So one of the outcomes of this is I'm also giving memory techniques at cancer centers for people who have what's called chemo brain and how to improve their memory after they have lost some of it. How to pass exams. The idea is what you have to do to pass exams. And, of course, whenever you work hard, you should treat yourself well and give yourself a diploma. So I am an ADD coach, and I used to be a biofeedback therapist. And I do help students and adults pass exams and get good grades through relaxed concentration and creativity techniques. Now, creative painting for the young artist, that came about partly because I couldn't draw, and I was able to learn how to paint it took me a long time. And I wasn't really a good drawing, and I had poor handwriting, so the two actually came out. They helped each other. The book, the movie, anyone can improve their own handwriting and create a painting for the young artist. Because I was working with students who had a problem with learning challenges, and I realized there were people who didn't know how to paint. They never could learn, and they went to classes in the old days, and they just didn't, they were told that some people are born artists, natural, and some people aren't. And I learned that I could use techniques from special ed or from learning strategies and apply that to art, and a student could improve their artistic ability too. And then the ideas themselves are an outline, even if a teacher wants, for what to do in an art class. And we talk about in the book painter's block, how to get over the fear of painting, which is important for some people. They have artist block. And we go through artist statements. It's not just about the painting, but you have to have a business plan, have an artist statement, develop your ideas, why you want to paint. The creative process, what techniques you can use to be creative. brainstorming for ideas. How do you get ideas for painting, to paint a picture? So it goes through the creativity process. How to choose a subject. Know your subject. Artist mode of seeing. How to develop a way to see like an artist when you paint, so that, for instance, if you see a table like this, you see 10 colors on a brown table instead of just brown. You can see yellow and brownish and black, and maybe some reflection from the light. We have here sketching for children, how to do a sketch, which is very important if you want to see that painting. Focal points. We have other learning perspective, color theory, and we have again the relaxation techniques, sort of like the Zen of art. Using your imagination. And what I really like here towards the end is how to critique your own art. That's very important. How to know when to stop. How do you know when you finished your painting that it's done? So that's a very important part of the book. I want to now go to book trailers. I mean, I never thought I would be making videos for people called video book trailers, but because I made these movies for like Being Control, Natural Solutions for ADD, Dyslexia, and Test Anxiety, and the relaxation movie, so I had to learn video and editing, and then when I became an author and involved with marketing and networking for other authors, I have a networking group in part of CAPA, Connecticut Authors and Publishers Association. I have the networking chair. I'm on the board of CAPA, and we have in the Wethersfield Library, once a month we have a meeting for learning how to sell and market our books, and learning where different authors get together and discuss what they've learned, you know, where they did the book signing, who paid what for a lecture, and so forth and so on. So the Rainbow Cloud, entertaining book trailers for books. So let me read that. Sure, almost anyone can make their own book trailer video if they have the extra time. However, will it be professional? Can you take a chance that you might steer people away from your book rather than towards it? Did you not use a professional editor when you authored your book? Of course you did. Entertaining video trailers for books. Promote your book business. It's about human connections. Capture the concept and establish presence. Drive traffic to your author site. You can take the trailer and put it on your author site. You can put it on YouTube. You can put it in an email if you want to give a lecture or talk or do a book signing and you want them, instead of sending just a chapter of the book, you can send them a little video that you made about the book, and people are more receptive to that. With new QR code technology, your video book trailer can be placed on your book cover promotional mailings. You can have what's called the QR code. I don't have an example, but with a smartphone, you can scan that QR code, and then you can see the trailer. And if you have a smartphone nowadays and you're sitting at an author table and you're signing a book, and you want to show a little trailer to people about the book, you can do that at the signing. That's really cool. Well, that's it for tonight. If I'm going to just finish, one of the surprising things that came out from the book, Leaving Home, Coming Home, Returning Home, was that I actually got, when the first book came out, in a magazine called the International Alternative Investment Review out of Italy. They asked me for an interview, and this is a business magazine. And I gave an interview about my book to this magazine. And that was one of the, if I was ever going to say the expression, you never know where one thing leads to another, well, that was probably my biggest surprise of the book. And the other surprise is that when I did book signings in different places, I wanted to see who would be interested in a book about Israel and the culture. And it turned out that many of my Christian friends, even priests and nuns, there are so many people doing pilgrimages and going for religious reasons to Israel, that they were happy and they bought the book. And a lot of people know people that live there and work there, and they bought it as presents for their colleagues and friends. So I was very surprised to see the amount of people that were interested in the book. Thank you, and good night. Okay, Eileen. Yeah. How long was I?